not left the building.
You what?
Dan didn't come out yet. So I was like, just tell Dan that Ed said we're going to talk about him tonight. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Check, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
I think that's a great start to the show every week.
That's the mic check. They call me mic
Game
checker.
On. Are we going to stand? Are we going to sit? What are we doing?
Do we actually have the camera? Let's sit down. And of course, you know how it is in here. We got to squeeze together.
Well,
should we just stand or should we?
Well, we could, but I'll tell you what.
I was going to say, someone needs to set it up too.
You're like a monster.
I'm just large, Ed. Oh, maybe we should switch sides.
All right. That's probably good enough from there. All right. We'll go with this. I'm assuming Cindy's coming up.
I think she's already up there. She might be.
Did they get the audio?
We don't know. No.
I think Drew's going to have to come up here like last week.
Probably be like last week. Now that. Yeah. You better get in the middle, though.
Yeah. I think I should be on that side then.
All right.
Record.
Yeah, get on that side.
Just try to get it.
I'll stand on the chair so I look as tall as you guys.
Yeah. Pull it through. Here. Come on. All right. I forgot to look. What's the name of the stadium?
L.L. Willis.
L.L. Willis. You were right. It ain't Carter.
I told you that. I knew that much.
All right. Scoot.
shoot off.
Yeah. That's. It makes you awfully freaking short when you do that.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
Oh, man.
Act like my friend.
Yeah.
We
do the whole
love
pregame
each
show
one there.
hugging.
1, 2, 3. All right. We need a fan up here.
Yeah.
We can live with that shot. So here.
You want Greenwood or Midland Valley?
When we get to that. Oh,
When you do the brief part at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll do Greenwood.
All right.
What the heck?
All right, so you're going to do Greenwood, you're going to do Midland Valley.
All right.
So you go first. I'll come to you. Andrew Jenkins.
Yes.
Now, this is his second year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is number 15 for Midland Valley?
Number 15 for Midland Valley is Jamal Jackson.
Yeah.
That is somebody we need to watch.
DB and wide receiver.
Good evening and welcome to the first game.
Well, 15 for Greenwood is who Sam Pickney. He's about 6'5".
Sam Pickney, yeah.
He's got some hands.
Representing starters tonight for Greenwood, two on offense, number 50, Lawrence Marklow, number 55, right guard, Bryce Palmer.
Who else? Go through this. Noah Emily looked pretty good. Alex Greer, number 11, was 6'3" or so. Tyone Curry may be the surprise starter at running back. He's a DB. He'll start on defense, too.
Clearly, Ed has all the inside information.
It's funny, you stand on the sidelines and talk to those guys. They'll tell you all kinds of things. And one of the coaches said, "You're not going to tell anybody, are you?" I said, "Who can I tell?
It's a little late now.
I'm not going to go tell those guys over there." Take a break, and we'll come back and get ready for tonight's ball game. We'll come back and do that. Now, we may need stretch. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's Game of the Week on Aiken Standard. I'm Ed Gerardo, along with Coach Kim Brace, and with Aiken Standard Sports Editor Eric Russell. We're bringing you the action tonight from Midland Valley High School as they are taking on Greenwood as they come down the road with an old nemesis or an old friend of ours, Coach Dan Pippin, the head coach of Greenwood. We'll talk about him in just a little while. But welcome to the pregame show. Eric, Midland Valley, a couple of years now removed from having a 3-car garage. I don't know if there's any more cars left in the garage for them, but they're trying to rebuild after that really strong year from 2 years ago.
They are, and they will have a new quarterback coming into the season. Tanner White will get the start at quarterback. Coach Jenkins is really proud of the work he's put in, and he's a team captain, and he really likes his leadership on the field, so he expects some great things out of him.
In Greenwood traditionally has one of the better programs in the state. I know Dan has not reached what he considers his goal. I know what that is. That's a state championship. But getting to see Dan Pippin's team, that's pretty exciting for us.
It is, and he's a quality coach, and he's got a quality team again. The kid I can't wait to see tonight is number 4, Dre Yarbo. And he had 4 touchdowns last week running the football, 1 throwing the football. Watching him pregame here, good-looking athlete. He should be exciting to watch tonight, and I think Greenwood is going to be a real stiff challenge tonight for Midland Valley as an opening game.
We're excited about being here at Midland Valley. We're going to talk about the other games in the area when we take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Come on in to Bargain Blowout Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
you can count on Chandler.
Here at Bargain Blouses Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Welcome back. The pregame show to tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Midland Valley taking on Greenwood. And we're going to look at some of the other games going on in the area. And we've got a week under our belt that we got to see most of these teams are here about what they've done. Midland Valley, I think, was the only one last week who didn't play. So we've got something to go on when we talk about it and not just from watching practice or something to that effect. And our first game we're going to go over tonight, Aiken is at Strom Thurmond. Aiken didn't look all that great last week. Strom Thurmond looked strong, won big.
Yeah, Aiken's going to have to shore up that run defense if they want to compete in this game. Last week they gave up, I believe, over 400 yards to White Knoll rushing the ball, and it's probably not going to get the job done tonight against Strom Thurmond team who was effective last week.
And Aiken didn't get off to the start that J.W. Montgomery would like to see. New coach, new system coming in, and they got a little bit of a late start. They were playing a quality team last week in White Knoll, but 40-0, that doesn't inspire a whole lot of confidence right off the bat. They need to play better tonight. And surprisingly enough, last year they were in a similar situation, and they upset Strom Thurmond by a point. All right,
did.
so now they're up at Strom this year, and Strom is looking good. They have a new quarterback also, so we got two young quarterbacks playing up there, or at least inexperienced quarterbacks. I think whichever one of those kids has a good game tonight could make a difference in the game. You got to favor Strom Thurmond, though, in this ball game.
And that new quarterback, Strom, has answered the bell last week. He came out, did everything Coach Hillary wanted him to do, and it's one of the best passing performances in the area last week. So I think they're pretty confident in him going into this one.
All right, speaking of White Knoll putting it on Aiken last week, 40-0. South Aiken, on the other hand, wasn't a 55-0 like 2 years ago against Silver Bluff, but it still was a pretty resounding victory. They had lightning delays and all kinds of interesting things last week they worked through. But from all accounts, South Aiken looked pretty good, and they've got hands full, White Knoll.
Well, they're very leery about White Knoll. The coach thinks that they have a very good defense. They gave them the struggle last year. South Aiken did win the game, but it wasn't a blowout by any means, and they scored 20-some points, and White Knoll was also in the 20s. So this could be a very, very good ball game. It's going to be a real test to see whether South Aiken is quite as good as they were last year. But as long as they can hand the ball to Roberts, and as long as their quarterback has another good game, as he's done now for 2 straight years, I think South Aiken's going to win this ball game. But I think it's going to be a tough ball game. White Knoll is no pushover.
Yeah, they aren't, man. But South Aiken also has a defense on that side of the ball for them that can get the job done. And I don't think you'll see the rushing numbers from White Knoll like you did against Aiken last week. But I think that they have some offensive weapons that they can get to. But it'll be a matter of how the South Aiken defense responds to that. And
in the Pick'ems contest, everybody picked South Aiken except for Kathy Boyette. So South Aiken fans.
I'm sure she's going to love that you called her out on the broadcast.
It's right here. I'm sure South Aiken fans are sitting at home wondering, who is Kathy Boyette and why is she picking that?
Why is that a problem?
I don't know. We don't know. All right. Evans in North Augusta. North Augusta got off to a great start last week. Beat Lakeside handily, which we expected. What about Evans?
Evans, I think they have a chance in this game, but much like last year, I think North Augusta is just going to have a little too much for them and pull it out. Obviously, last week, North Augusta off to a great start. Your guy,
yes.
Landon Washington, came to perform, so I think North Augusta will pull that one out.
Yeah, and last year, 28-20, North Augusta defeated Evans. Evans is a good football team, and it's kind of neat that they go across the river to find an opponent 2 times in a row here to open the season last year and this year. I think Evans will give them a better game than Lakeside for sure. But like you said, Landon Washington, the standard player of the week with only 1 half played, and he still put up enough numbers to be the player of the week. They've got great running backs, great receivers. I think their defense proved last week that they can be solid. I think North Augusta comes away with a win tonight, and I think they'll be on a roll this year. I can't wait to see North Augusta and South Aiken.
All right, Barnwell came up with a really big win last week. The Warhorses beat their rival, cross-county rival, Williston. This week, another one, Blackville Hilda, right there within the county.
Right in the county for them. Barnwell should be a heavy favorite tonight. But one of the things I'm intrigued by is the coach over there at Blackville Hilda. A couple of years ago, they were like 2-9, okay, not very good. And they've got a pretty good traditional history of being good football teams there at Blackville, but it's been a while since they've had a good team, okay. But in the last couple of years, they've gone from 2-9. Last year, they were 8-4, okay. And I think they're on the right track, and I think Dave Berry's done a nice job. I think they're going to give Barnwell a game tonight, all right. But I think Barnwell's going to win.
Yeah, obviously Blackville does have that strong tradition, and they had a lot of young guys that are now older this year. So it's very interesting to see them grow and all of that. And going into this one, obviously Barnwell still has a good group of running backs out there, and so they'll probably run the ball a lot. But Pete Elmore is throwing the ball very well this year. So
I'm glad you mentioned Tim. Okay, he sort of flies under the radar, but every time we saw him play last year, he was a very, very competent quarterback, and he's got some talent. And now he's a year older. I can't wait to see him play this year also, because I think he's a very good quarterback.
You don't have to wait long. Next week.
Next week.
Pillion goes to Barnwell. We'll be there. All right, the Battle of the Creeks. Yeah. Cross Creek and Fox Creek.
Well, I will say this. Cross Creek did not get off to a good start last week. They struggled on offense, didn't get on the board. So I think Fox Creek is going to have this one. And Fox Creek has found something in the offense with Cam Mitchum back there.
Yeah, and he's another one of those quarterbacks that had to take over for an experienced quarterback. So this is really his first year to be the starter, and he did quite well last week. I think the Predators are a better football team than Cross Creek. Got shut out last week. I don't see them rallying and being able to handle Fox Creek. Fox Creek plays pretty well.
All right, Silver Bluff is at Williston Elko. This is a bounce-back game. Both teams got beat rather handily last week. What do you think, Coach?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is my toss-up game of the week, surprisingly enough, okay? And I know Silver Bluff got blown out last week, but let's face it, they were playing a very, very good team, and they were playing well up out of their class, okay? Same thing for Williston. They got beat by Barnwell, but they're a better football team than those two games showed for both of these teams, I believe. So I think this is going to be kind of a tight game. Last year, Silver Bluff surprised me when they won 32-12. I didn't think that would happen last year. Okay, I thought Williston would. So this is my toss-up game, and I was thinking one way, but I'm switching once I got thinking about it again today. I'm going to pick Silver Bluff tonight.
All right. I also took Silver Bluff in this game.
You
but
did?
I would not be surprised if Wilson did pull out. Obviously, they have a lot of weapons back there running the ball as usual. The reemergence of Fabian Bing and Tyron Parker back there, experienced in the backfield. So they certainly have some stuff to get it done. But Jamal Washington is a star. So he can do things at quarterback and running that option offense. So I think they have a good chance.
All right, Saluda at Ridge Spring. Talk about bounce backs. Both of these teams got hammered pretty good last week, so chance to get a win for one of the two.
Yeah, it is a chance. Saluta's still a little bit bigger than Ridge Spring, so maybe a tall task for them going into this game. But they got some good things out of Collier Sullivan last week, and some of those guys running the ball, so they should be able to compete in this one.
Yeah, I think they will compete better than last year, 49-13 last year. But they're playing up again, and their coach likes to do that. He likes to play a couple of teams that are in a higher division than they are to start the season, so his kids find out what it's like to play against the big guys, and then their experience has been that they come on at the end of the season and make the playoffs. I think Ridge Spring's going to be overmatched tonight. Saluda got beat pretty easily last week, but they also played a good team. Strom's no pushover, so I got to think they'll win again tonight.
Okay, and the final game of the area tonight, Pillion's going to come down the road, down Highway 302 to Wagner, where we were last week. We'll see Pillion next week. What can you tell us about this matchup this week?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was very, very impressed. I think we all were very impressed by Wagner. Okay, they played well on offense, played well on defense. We knew about some of their stars. We knew about their quarterback. And then all of a sudden, Dre Davis's younger brother, number 44, Jatik, and what a football player he is. So, I mean, I like Wagner Sally. But you scared me. Tell me why today.
Well, because of Jeremiah Green. Not the one from Aiken, but there's a Jeremiah Green that plays for Pillion, and he is a load, according to what Fox said, and according to his performance last week against Calhoun County, rushed for over 300 yards. It's a big back. Willie Fox said they have to get him and get him down before he breaks into the secondary, because at that point it's tough to get him down. So
if he's that big and that fast and that strong, if he gets into the secondary, it's man against boys. That's let's be honest. But I really love the job Willie Fox is doing too. And he used to coach at Pelion, so he wants this one. He, you know, in our pregame or post-game show last week, he said we'll be working very hard. He wants to do well against Pelion.
Yeah, Wagner looked great. It'll be interesting to see. You got to think Pelion's going to be a little bit stronger test than Whitmire was last week.
No question.
All right, that's our games in the area. We're going to take a break. We're here at Midland Valley High School. When we come back, we're going to talk about tonight's game between Midland Valley and Greenwood when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blowout Furniture where we have recliners starting at $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Yeah, right.
It's an unbelievable price, huh?
I'll say. What about the dock fees?
Here at Satcher Ford, we never charge dock fees.
How about the closing fees?
Nope. The price you see is the price you pay here at Satcher Ford.
Okay, we'll see about that.
At Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the price you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises.
Wow, you weren't kidding. No extra fees. I'll take it.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. I'd see you. All right, have a good one.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have sofas and love seats starting at only $396.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Welcome back. The pregame show to tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Midland Valley taking on Greenwood. And let's talk a little bit about tonight's matchup. Again, Midland Valley, a team that was one of the stronger teams in our area a couple of years ago. The coach retired. This is Jenkins' second year being at the helm. He's rebuilding the program back. How are things going with that?
They're going pretty well. He's liking what he's seeing from the leadership standpoint this year, and obviously, especially he talked about liking the leadership of that defense back there and believing in them for tonight, which is going to be big if they plan on containing or trying to hold the strong Greenwood offense. So he'll lean heavily on them in this game, and we'll see how that goes and how much they've improved their tackling since that's something they talked about a lot in the offseason and getting better at.
Yeah. A couple things strike me. Number one, let's take a look at the quarterbacks. Okay, we've got a young quarterback, only a junior for Midland Valley, and he doesn't bring to the table the same kind of athletic skill that the Cars did over the last few years. Okay, so he's going to have to do a competent job, handle the ball well, but I don't think he's the threat that the Cars were. Okay, on the other hand, I think Dre Yarbo over on the other side is exactly what they were. Okay, I was watching him throw pregame, and to be honest with you, he didn't scare me throwing the football. Okay, but he is a good-looking athlete, and he ran for 4 touchdowns last week, threw for 1. I think he's the total package. So I think in the quarterback thing, it's going to be quite a challenge for Tanner White to have a great game tonight, and I think he's going to have an outstanding game if Midland Valley is going to be in the ball game.
Yeah, Yarbo last season played the first 5 games of the season for Greenwood and was suspended for the rest of the year. He had over 1,000 yards rushing and over 1,000 yards passing in those 5 games. So he's a threat, and he's one of those under-the-radar kind of guys that nobody's really talking that much about. Maybe that'll all change here in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I think it changed last week when you saw 5 touchdowns.
They were playing Emerald. Emerald's their cross-county rival, and as one of the coaches told me before the game, he says, you do not want to to be the head coach that lost to Emerald. So,
okay.
So Greenwood probably has never lost to Emerald, as a matter of fact. So maybe not quite the opponent. I think Midland Valley, Coach Pippin was saying earlier today that Midland Valley worried him. So we'll see if Midland Valley can do something to really make him worry. Defensively, well, let's see. We've got the national anthem and the flags coming out to the midfield. So what do? We'll take a break, and we'll come back and get ready for the kickoff on tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
Here at Bargain Blowouts Furniture, we have queen mattresses. Here at Bargain Blowouts Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
You're looking live at L.L. Willis Stadium on the campus of Midland Valley High School, where tonight Midland Valley takes on Greenwood from up in Greenwood County. They've traveled down the highway here to take on the Mustangs. The marching band has played our national anthem, now playing the alma mater for Midland Valley, and we'll soon be kicking off with a game we hope to be a big one tonight, Ken.
Well, I think it's going to be a good ball game. It's going to be an exciting ball game. Both teams have some quality players, but as I said a little bit earlier, I'm especially intrigued by the quarterback from Greenwood, okay, an outstanding athlete who had a terrific game. He had a season worth of stats last week in the ball game, so let's see how he does tonight. Key to the ball game, can they control him, okay? If Yarbo has a big ball game, it's going to be a tough night for Midland Valley. If their defense can stand up, I think we're going to have a ball game.
Both teams played both teams didn't. Greenwood won big over Emerald last week in a inter-county matchup. Greenwood has never lost to Emerald. Midland Valley was the only team in our area who did not play last week in week 0, which we still are doing some research as to how they came up with the name week 0 when pretty much everybody plays. But at any rate, Midland Valley, this will be their first test of the season, and they have a tough one. I believe that Greenwood will be pretty big in terms of their size across the line on both sides of the ball. Talking to the coaches before the game, they said their defensive line was pretty good, would pass, rush, and probably give the quarterback some problems, and that their offensive line they feel like is bigger and stronger. Of course, I was talking to the strength coach, so you would expect him to say that.
Sure, he's going to say that, obviously. But Midland Valley's playing up a little bit tonight. Greenwood, great reputation. They've been very strong the last few years. Dan Pippin does an outstanding job. And as we're looking out here, we've got the captains taking the field. And for the Greenwood Eagles coming out, we've got number 15, Sam Pickney, who is an outstanding wide receiver. Number 21, Marcus Morgan, who is a running back and a defensive back. Number 58, Josh Flack, offensive lineman. And number 62, Matthew Tinsley, also an offensive lineman. And for the homestanding Mustangs here of Midland Valley, Tanner White, junior quarterback, starting his first varsity game this year. Number 4, Raquan Jackson, defensive back and running back, one of their leaders defensively. And number 25, Devontae Perry.
All right, the referee is introducing all the captains. The Greenwood team is passing under the visitor stands. And there's a few Greenwood patrons here tonight that have made the trip down. I'm sure there's a few getting through the parking lot and headed that way. Looks like they'll have a nice following here for their side. And the Mustang side, they've got people lined up on the fence. It's a good night for football. It's a little overcast. The temperature has dropped. It's not quite as hot and muggy as it was last week, Coach, but yeah, it's still a little bit on the muggy, especially here in the booth.
Well, I tell you, that's okay. It's a little overcast, a little breeze blowing. Shouldn't be too bad out there tonight. And Midland Valley supports their football team, Big night tonight, their opening ball game, and this crowd will be excited, I'm sure, on the Midland Valley side.
Got a chance before the game to walk down on the field. We talked about last week that the field at Wagner looked real good. It was a little bit spongy to me when I walked out on that field. This field looks like a pretty fast track. It's cut close. It's a harder surface. I think we're going to see some speed out there tonight.
And do a real nice job with it here.
Yeah, we can actually see the yard markers. And that's always a plus to see all the places where the ball can go on the field.
And we're waiting for the coin toss.
I think they may have gone to the mint to make this coin as they take their time. I guess he's explaining the heads and tails of things to him. Greenwood has made their way to the end zone. They're about ready to come on. Midland Valley comes down, and their tradition is to run down the hill, touch the Mustang standing in the end zone, at the back of the end zone. They have the track that runs around the field, and there's a Mustang statue at the north end zone on the other side of the track, and they come back and touch it.
And Greenwood won the toss and elected to receive. They'll get the ball. That means Parker Welsh, number 80, will be kicking off for Midland Valley.
You see that captain for Greenwood, number 15, Sam Pickney. He looks like a big-time ball player standing on the field, watching him catch passes. He didn't have his pads on, but he's got nice big legs. Got down the field, caught the ball with his hands, not into his chest. He just looks like a receiver, and the coaches said that he's somebody to watch tonight.
And he's got some height with him, too. I understand he goes around 6'3", doesn't he? Something like that?
6'5" is what they were saying.
Okay. Oh, well, that's even better.
Yeah, and they say he's a matchup problem for defensive backs, for most defensive backs. And I think Midland Valley will be tested. We'll see how quickly that Yarbo goes to Pickney when they get out there on the field. But he's a captain And you got to figure he's one of the leaders, and Yarborough will come out looking for him.
One of the things I like here at Midland Valley, everybody looks sharp. I mean, the blue, orange, and white, good combination. Here comes the Valley.
They come down the hill, and they'll run through the sun. Nobody injured by the sun, thank goodness. Captain's waiting for him at the end of the tunnel. Mustangs wearing their blue jerseys with orange numbers. One of the better jerseys we get to see as far as being able to see their numbers. On the other hand, we have Greenwood, who's got white jerseys and sort of a green number. They have gold helmets, but it's a little bit difficult to see the numbers on their jerseys.
And Greenwood is already lining up for the kick, and the cheerleaders, the band, the flags are still on the. Here they come.
They run off the field, and we are seconds away from our opening kickoff here at Midland Valley High School. As Coach pointed out, Greenwood won the toss. They elected to receive. They want the football, and that shows you some confidence that they have in their offense.
And also their defense. A lot of high school teams, well, a lot of teams at all levels, they like to defer if they win the toss so that they've got the ball first to start the second half. I do believe Greenwood believes they can move the football tonight. Poured up a lot of yardage last week. The other thing that we've got to look for, as exciting as this is the first ball game for Midland Valley, and traditionally high school football teams have a little trouble in the first game with execution and fumbles and penalties and things like that. So I think that's a little bit of an advantage for Greenwood since they played last week and won handily.
All right, Parker Welch will handle the kickoff duties, and he'll be the place kicker for Midland Valley through the night. He'll be kicking deep to Greenwood. All right, our wait is over, and we're ready to go. We're ready to play football. It's a short kick. Going to come down to the first line. He fakes a handoff. Turns it upfield, going to get to the 30-yard line and tripped up about the 32. Returning that was number 1, Isaiah Wardlaw. And that's where Greenwood will put it in play. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10.
Decent return, get decent field position at the 32.
And number 4, Dre Yarbo. Not to be confused with Yarborough. It's missing a few letters to be that, so it's Yarbo.
I'd be surprised if we don't say Yarborough at some point, but it's Yarbo.
Pickney is wide left. Drops back. He looks for him. He catches it, turns it upfield to 35. He'll gain 3 yards. He's pushed out of bounds just past the 35. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. And as advertised, the coaches did not lead me astray. They will look for big number 15. Yarborough, empty set. Man comes in motion on that jet look sweep, and quarterback keeps it. Yarborough goes across the 50, and Yarborough into Mustang territory at the 49. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 as they move the chains. Across midfield, he made the 48.
And Ed, it's no surprise to me to see that play run when Coach Pippin was here at North Augusta the last few years he was here. He always had a good quarterback, and they ran that zone read very, very well. Quarterback is a huge asset.
Now Midland Valley a little too eager. They jump off sides. That'll be a 5-yard walk-off against the Mustangs. Gave him a hard count and got him to jump. So a 5-yard walk-off, still 1st and 5.
1st and 5
Shabazz in the backfield. Quick pass out. Nice catch by Pickney. Pickney over to 35 to the 34. That'll be enough for another first down as they'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 34.
Easy throw. Nice catch.
Very reminiscent of some offenses we've seen from Pippin in the past. This time Pickney comes in motion. They hand off to him. He tries to get around in. He's knocked down.
Nice defensive play.
6-yard loss as he's back to the 40.
Raekwon Jackson, number 4, one of the team captains. He comes in there and makes a nice stop.
Pushes him back all the way to the 41-yard line. That's a loss of 7. Second down, 17. Midland Valley needed a big play on defense to slow down.
And they got it.
This Eagle offense.
Excellent tackle. Midland Valley playing a 34 defense, 3 down linemen.
Oh, bad snap. Picks it up on a hop. Manages to get away. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid a loss. Pretty good job by Yarbo to get back to the 41-yard line, but that's a big play for Midland Valley as it brings up 3rd and long. I'm going to guess this is 4-down territory for Greenwood. And they'll try to get about half of it on this play.
Uncharacteristic error there. Bad snap. Not able to handle it, and 2 big losses in a row here.
There's a little looking screen. He's got a man open. That's number 2. Noah Emily on the reception. That's going to be enough to move the chains. He needed 18 yards. He got 18 yards to the 24-yard line.
And that was well thrown and a nice catch, and he was wide open in the middle of that zone defense, that part of the field.
So they don't need to go 4 downs.
No, they don't.
First down.
Now, Von Ramsey checks in. They were telling me the guy with the red shoes, look for him to be at running back tonight. Well, there he is. He gets the ball. No, he keeps. Gets outside. Nice defense by Midland Valley to come up and knock the guy down. Number 12, Michael O'Neill, made the catch, made the hit. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
And the catch was made by Isaiah Wardlaw. No gain.
Three split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off to Ramsey. Ramsey breaks up the middle, gets down to the 10-yard line. That'll move the chains again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Looks like it'll be 1st and goal. If not, he'll be right outside the 10.
And not a huge run that time, but Ramsey, very impressive with the acceleration he had.
So first down, 10.5.
Good blocking up front by the offensive line.
Hands off to Ramsey again. Ramsey gets it to the 5. Pick up a 5 yards, 2nd down and 5. They will be able to pick up a first down if they move the ball inside the 1.
Last 2 plays, the right side of that offensive line for Greenwood did an outstanding job. Okay, right tackle is Lawrence Partlow. Right guard is Bryce Chalmers. Center, Collins Langrew. Pretty impressive.
Stack the line, 1 wide left and right. 1 running back next to Yarbo. That's Ramsey. Ramsey gets the ball, turns inside to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Greenwood, impressive opening drive. They go up 6-0 on the hometown Mustangs.
And that drive was impressive, just consistent. No huge plays, but when they needed a first down, they got it. Threw the ball well, ran effectively. That's a good start.
68-yard drive. Point after attempt coming. It's up and it's good. And Greenwood leads 7-0 after our opening drive here tonight on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. We'll take a break and be right back.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
And Greenwood takes the opening drive, 68 yards for the opening touchdown. They lead 7-0. Very impressive drive, Coach.
It was impressive, very efficient, well executed. Not a surprise, frankly. Okay, Greenwood's a good football team.
Kick is away. Now this is going to go out of bounds. Should get the ball to the 30-yard line, I believe. And be Mustang football, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Make that 35-yard line. So the poor kickoff gives Midland Valley pretty decent field position as they'll start from the 35. Tanner White, the quarterback, leads them out. Number 25 is Devontae Perry. He's somebody to watch. 25 always seems to be a good football player from Midland Valley. Thinking back to the days of the X-Man. Handoff to Perry. Perry stumbles getting out of the gate. He leans forward and picks up a yard. Everybody's 2nd down and 9.
Picks up a 1 yard, 2nd and 9 from Mustang's 36-yard line.
Greenwood likes to employ a 43 defense, 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 defensive backs.
Man comes in motion, stops. Quick pass, knocked down. He had the man on the slant.
And that was just a good defensive play. Number 30 got his hand up and knocked the ball away. That's Isaiah Jeffrey. Little play action. Liked the call, but number 30 took it away from him.
Kendrick Starlings was his intended receiver, and he had stepped in front. Quarterback had spotted him, but good defense up front to knock the ball down. Again, the coaches before the game were keeping Brays on the defensive line. They do look big from here.
They're stout.
Straight drop back, lines up, throws. He's got a man, and he made the catch. And that'll be enough for the first down as that'll move the chains, the 47-yard line. Nice play, nice catch.
And that was good blocking up front to give him time to throw. Nice reception.
Pick up of 11 yards on the play. That pass is good for another Mustang. First down.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10, 47-yard line of Midland Valley. I believe that catch was Starling, so intended for him the previous play. This time he hits him. Man comes in motion, hands off, breaks through the initial line, gets good yardage. That's number 11, DeAndre Pearson. So Pearson gets the ball to the 47, from 147 to the other, pickup of 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 as they enter Eagle territory.
Offensive line for Midland Valley, Quentin Mathis is at the left tackle. Tyrese Cohen at the left guard. Zach Anderson at the center. Dakota Banks, right guard. And Darylyn Harris, the right tackle.
3 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Now a little broken play. White tries to get outside. He can't. He's going to be brought back for a 3-yard loss to the 50-yard line. And that one just never got going.
And if that was supposed to be an option, it kind of looked like it, but a little bit sketchy. But if it was supposed to be, it was well defended, okay? The quarterback didn't get a good read on any of the defenders, so play went nowhere.
I believe from looking at the reaction that was more of a
busted play.
Busted play, and I'm not going to pitch it, but it sure looks like something I wish I could do. All right, we got a timeout on the field.
I think somebody from Greenwood, maybe number 42, twisted his ankle or got twisted up there on that last play. Doesn't look like he feels 100% right at the moment. Coach is taking care of him, and that would be DeAndre Kennard.
A Bragg Heating Company timeout is our first timeout of the game. And I'm sure they'll take that opportunity to get a little water. Again, not quite as hot as it was last week. And forecast for the week ahead is for temperatures to decrease. So let's hope it stays that way.
We're getting to September. It's going to cool off.
Some months, some years, it takes longer than others.
It takes longer than that.
All right, 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Fakes the handoff, a little play action, going to run to his right and running for his life. White throws it up. And can't bring it down. Ball was intended for Walter Baker.
Good effort to just get that football off.
That was actually Jackson that it was intended for. 4th down, punting unit comes on the field. So Midland Valley does pick up 1 first down. And now they'll punt away from midfield.
And Welsh is their place kicker and also their punter. Parker Welsh, number 80.
Looks like Zay Davis back to receive for Midland Valley, for Greenwood. Excuse me. Almost gets it blocked. Gets it away, it's short. Going to take a little bit of a roll to the side and be down at the 22-yard line, where Greenwood will take over for its 2nd possession of the game. They scored a touchdown, 68-yard drive on their first possession. This time they'll start from their 22. They lead 7-0. 4:44 left to go in the first quarter. Yarbo leads them out. Had 2 tight ends on that, and some blockers out in front. And some good yardage, good push up front by Greenwood.
Yeah, I'm impressed by their offensive line. They get off the ball very well, and they are getting the push. They're giving their running back a chance to make some yardage. That's for sure.
Taquan Shabazz on the carry. All right, after coming out with 2 tight ends, they go back to their spread formation. 2 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Shabazz in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, keeps. Going to try to keep it. Gets over to 30 to the 32. He's going to be close to a first down.
That's pretty good defense, though. They're reacting pretty well out there on the defensive front for Midland Valley.
You're going to mark him down at the 31. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Big defensive play for Midland Valley here. And goes with a hard count and draws the Mustangs offsides. In high school football, you cannot jump off sides into the neutral zone. That is automatic offside, so
And
5-yard walk-off.
And the man who jumped offside is only a sophomore, and we might chalk that one up to a rookie mistake maybe.
The walk-off to the 36. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Comes out on a keeper, but throws it outside. Nice looking play. Didn't get as many yards. You would think that that was going for big yardage. Isaiah Wardlaw on the reception only picked up a couple of yards. We'll give him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7.
You know, the offensive coordinator for one of the college teams that's ranked this year, Penn State, that play right there is one of the wrinkles he's brought to the spread offense.
That's one of those that Deshaun Watson ran at Clemson to perfection. Spins down Shabazz for no gain. May have lost a yard.
Good defense. Good defense.
So no gain on the play. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 39-yard line. Need to make the 46 to get a 1st down. Brings in Ramsey in the backfield. 2 tight ends. Straight drop back. Looking for Pickney. Pickney too high. Can't bring that in. Just off his fingertips at the 50-yard line. That would have been good for a 1st down, but a punting unit comes on the field as the Mustang defense holds on this 2nd drive.
And that's a good defensive stop for the Mustangs. And they had Pickney well surrounded that time. There were 3 defenders in that area. Ball thrown just a little bit behind him.
Walter Baker deep to receive for Midland Valley. Kick is away. It's going to come up short. Take a Greenwood bounce. Bounce over to 30 into the 27-yard line. And Midland Valley will put it in play. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 27. We got 1:43 left to go here in this 1st quarter. Greenwood leads 7-0.
Now, you know, it's a very overlooked part of football, but I kind of like what Dan Pippin did here. In their program, they list number 47, Trey Gable, as their long snapper, okay? And he is an outstanding long snapper. I watched him pregame, and that snap right there, very, very important. How many times have we seen bad snaps at all levels of football create chaos? That young man, he might get a scholarship to some college because he can long snap it that well.
They actually, that's a specialty item.
It sure is.
I think at Carolina we had 3 or 4 long snappers. Some of them were walk-ons, of course. High throw intended for Baker. He could not bring that down. Well, that may have been intended for Jackson. Let's call it Jacoby Sapp, number 7, on the far side of the field. Brings up 2nd and 10. Back to pass again. Flags fly, and down goes Tanner White. Where that flag was thrown is usually holding, but the loss may make Greenwood decline that penalty. Well, Midland Valley's clapping. So let's see.
Might have
what
been
the call
defensive
is.
holding.
Personal foul against Greenwood is the call. So big break. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. And I believe that'll go back to the line of scrimmage. That'll take them out past the 40-yard line. I don't know that you need to ask, do they accept it or not?
No, I think that's a foregone conclusion. And that is a big break. Turned a long loss into a bit of a gain.
Now they're going to say it was a spot foul and walk it off from the back back in the backfield. So not quite as costly, but down to do over again. It's second down now. Second down and 4. Quick handoff. Greenwood quick to the ball. Nowhere to go. That's going to bring up third down and 4. Is no gain on the play. Actually may have lost a yard.
You know, and as advertised, that front 4 for Greenwood is pretty stout.
Lost a yard. Third down and 5 coming up.
Third down and 5.
Pretty stout at linebacker, too. Some big boys.
Yes, they are.
Quick pass, inside spins. Not going to make the first down. Going to come up a couple yards short. Will Sheehan made the catch.
And I believe that's his first reception of the year. And he was one of their leading receivers last year. Had a bunch of catches, and we saw him in some very good ball games. He gets his first touch this year.
That's going to run out the clock. That's going to end the first quarter. Midland Valley has the ball. They'll have to make a decision. It's 4th and 1 when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week on TV.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Here at Bargain Blowouts Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Midland Valley High School. The hometown Mustangs find themselves on the short end of a 7-0 score against Greenwood, the Eagles.
Interesting call. Looks like they're going for it.
Well, I was going to say it's 4th and 1. What would you do, Coach?
I think I'd be punting, but that's just me.
Man in motion. Let's see if they try to draw them off sides. Now we have a timeout. Midland Valley calls the timeout. We got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here.
Now they're going to punt, I think.
Yeah, I believe they were just seeing if they could get Greenwood to jump, and I'm sure while they were over on the sidelines, that was a reminder to the team, do not jump off sides.
It's those things that seem obvious you have to repeat over and over and over as a coach, and it's a good thing to do. Every single time the situation comes up, you got to remind them.
Once again, thanks to Adidas, Caricon, Hillview Baptist, Johnsonville, GMC, CNR Spring Service, and Illinois Community Church.
So the punting team goes out on the field. Parker Welsh will be deep to punt. He is the kicker and the punter. Deep to receive Zay Davis for the Eagles. Little high snap, pulls it in, gets it away. Line drive, nice catch, fair catch. That goes over his head. It may roll all the way to the goal line. So a nice play. Catches it at the 33-yard line. Greenwood takes over with their 3rd possession of the game, the 1st possession of the 2nd quarter. And they lead 7-0.
And we talked about the numbers with that nice catch back there. I believe it was number 7, Zay Davis. And if it wasn't 7, it was number 1, Isaiah Wardlaw. So one of those two made a nice play. thus far, I got to say Midland Valley's defense is doing a nice job. Yarbo, who had a huge game last week, been very well contained.
Ramsey in the backfield. Ramsey breaks outside across the 40 to the 41. That's a pickup of 8 yards. Second down and 2. Quick out. He's going to pick up the first down. That's Pickney on the far side. He's going to make midfield. And Greenwood, looking like they did on the first drive now, quickly to midfield.
Pickney is quite a target. And that picture right there, you can see he's a head taller than virtually everybody else out there.
The Smitty instant replay. Keeping it himself. Yarbo flashes at the middle. He may take it to the house. Got one man to beat, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Greenwood. 50-yard run by the
There is a flag.
Holding against Greenwood is the call. That nullifies a 50-yard run by the quarterback, Yarbo. Dre brought it right up the middle, broke to his left, and had clear sailing. Showed us some speed on that.
He sure did. Once he got through there was no way to catch him. Well executed play, but holding. Break for Midland Valley.
So the 10-yard walk-off must have occurred 2 yards downfield. They're 8 yards. It's going to bring up first. Chandler Law Firm first and 18. Defense comes up big after a short gain. That's Ramsey. May have picked up 2.
Good defense again. Good penetration. Made contact in the backfield. Couldn't contain him, but gave his teammates time to get there.
Give him
Small
1
game.
yard. Second down, 17. Now offsides. And that's happened several times. I believe the same man. Just an eager player trying to get across the line of scrimmage in that hard count. I think that's the 3rd offsides on Midland Valley. Don't need to help Greenwood out. 5 yards makes it second down and 12. The keeper moves the pile across midfield into Mustang territory. Ball to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Back to pass, looking to his right, got the man down the field, dives, cannot pick it up, a little too far.
I like the way he released that ball that time, though. He laid it out there pretty nicely.
Kobe Broadwater was the intended receiver. It falls incomplete. 4th down, punting unit on the field. Midland Valley's defense has held Greenwood again.
And the punter for Greenwood, Isaiah Adams.
Gets into his body, but catches it and going to have a short punt. It's going to roll, though. It's going to roll inside the 20. It's going to be an effective punt down at the 16-yard line. Midland Valley will have it. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 coming back the other way.
The deep receiver for Midland Valley that time was way, way back. He was close to the end zone line. I'm not quite sure why he was that deep, unless he knows something about that punter that we don't know. That would have been about a 60-yard punt.
He was a little deep on the last punt, too. And it landed about 20 yards in front of him.
All right, let's see if Midland Valley can get their offense in gear and put some points up.
Tanner White leads his team out. Looks outside, goes over the middle. Ooh, there comes the flags. Got tripped. Looked like pretty decent position by the Greenwood man, but it impeded his progress to the ball, and that should be a spot foul to the 27.
That's an interference call against the Eagles.
They'll walk it off 15 yards, so that'll be a better spot, as that'll move it out to the 31-yard line. So move the chains, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 from the 31.
That helps a little bit. Get a little more room to play with.
Looks to his right, gets his man, going to be a short gain, maybe a yard. I think the coaches have decided that the defensive line's a little much to run on. They're going to try to get to the outside on the passing.
I think you're right. They've more or less abandoned any attempt to run the football. Short passing game can be somewhat effective. There's a little bubble screen.
Turns it back inside, going to get good yardage. Digs away over the 40-yard line down to the 41-yard line. And that was an excellent move. Michael O'Neill made the catch for Midland Valley. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 40. That'll be a yard short of the first down.
Made some things happen there. It's a good effort.
Nice looking little play as they spread the field. Make these big boys up front run around a little bit. Now they go that straight handoff inside. He's hit hard, but give him credit. He hit a pile hard and moved it back, picked up the yard he needed, maybe 2, and the chains will move. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Midland Valley moves the chains.
You know, Ed, we were on the same page. I just had the same thought. Those 4 guys up front aren't going to be too happy if they have to chase that quarterback around all night long.
Well, especially when he's just throwing it to these short receivers outside. He didn't give him much of a chance to get in the backfield and chase him. Brings a man in motion. Now another handoff. That's number 11, DeAndre Pearson. Pearson running hard, but had no gain. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
And that's pretty good defense that time by Greenwood. Von Ramsey was one of their quarterbacks who came up and made the initial stop. Sort of wrestled him and then got a lot of help.
Going to look down the sidelines. Good defense that time. Fronted him. Not in a bad throw, though.
Wasn't a bad throw, and I think the receiver felt like he was held up there, and I think he might have a case. Of course, they're not going to use any instant replay, so that'll never come back, but there seemed to be a lot of contact on that play.
Jacoby Sapp did a good job running stride for stride with him. There may have been some contact, but it wasn't initiated. It was the main thing, and it looked like Sapp was playing the ball. And another timeout on the field, a Bragg Heating Company timeout taken by Midland Valley. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
Timeout Mustang.
There's nothing more painful than seeing a family member who has lost someone they love. It could be from a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, even a drunk driver. We can't bring back your loved one, but the Chandler Law Firm can help your family get the support you deserve. If your loved one dies because of someone else's negligence, it's called wrongful death. No one can put a price on someone's life, but we can help protect the family's future.
For a legal consultation, contact thechandlerlawfirm.com.
We're on the campus of Midland Valley High School, where tonight the Greenwood Eagles have made the journey down Midland Valley being very methodical here, using up clock and moving the football.
And if they can take this in for a score, the good news is they're going to get the football to start the second half too.
Quick out, got a blocker. Fights hard. Number 12 is Michael O'Neill. He got that across the 25 to the 24. He'll be a couple of yards short of the first down. He needs to make the 21. I believe the ball spotted at the 24, so he needs 3 yards. 3rd down and 3.
And that pass play right there has been pretty effective for him. They've run it to both sides with some success.
Clock runs down, 4:12 left to go in the second quarter. DeAndre Pearson in the backfield next to White. Pearson comes in motion. The throw is high. Tipped the ball, it was up in the air, could have been picked off. Falls harmlessly. Now it's 4th down and 3. And a big play coming for the Greenwood defense here.
I like the way they executed that play, even though it fell incomplete. Motion to the right side and then came back with a throw to the single receiver back on the left.
I believe Midland Valley is out of timeouts. They've already used 3 this half. So they can't take a timeout and talk about it. They'll have to go for it. 4th down and 3. They need to make the 21-yard line. Pearson in motion. Going to keep. Stops. Oh, caught by the jersey. And they're going to want a flag here and want a clothesline call. But I believe he had him by the jersey. We'll have to take a look at the Smitty instant replay and see if the fans have something to be discouraged about. But that's 4th down. The ball going to go over on downs. Big stop by Greenwood. I believe he got him by the jersey, Coach.
I think he may have. They kind of undressed him a little bit there.
So the loss comes out to the 29-yard line. 3 minutes, 46 seconds left to go until halftime. Whistles are blown. And Midland Valley actually had a timeout left. So a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Teams back out on the field after the timeout. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. 3:46 left, plenty of time, and I think all 3 timeouts for Greenwood. Yarbo keeps, moves up over the 40. He's going to drag the pile to the 43, and that'll move the chains. Another Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. And we've watched Dan Pippin for years at North Augusta, and these short amount of time left to go in the game, left in the half, and they were always dangerous in this time of the game.
And that was a nice run by Yarbo. Okay, he showed me something that time. The offensive line was moving, but so was he. He pushed the pile.
Now he gets outside, hit.
There's a nice defensive play.
It's going to pick up a yard, but good defense by Midland Valley. Knocks him down. Ball moved up to the 45.
I'll tell you what, Jamal Jackson's only a sophomore, and he made a great open field tackle over there. Nice play.
We'll give him the 46. 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Keeps again on that fake, keeps his feet and going to pick up the 1st down. And what a run, showing some leg strength there.
He sure did. Yeah, that was impressive. Okay, he got hit and would not go down easy. That's for doggone sure.
And they had him down for a short gain, or looked like they'd have him down for a short gain, then for a mid-sized gain, and he still managed to make the first down into Mustang territory. Now he's going to hand off. Ramsey takes it up over the 40 to the 39. Greenwood moving the ball after stopping Midland Valley on their best drive of the night.
And the thing that I like about this drive so far for Greenwood is they certainly are not rushing. They're taking their time, and they're making good progress.
2 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. 1 back in the backfield next to Yarbo. That's Ramsey. Fakes to him, keeps. Gets outside. He's quite a runner. Gets over the 30, down to the 28, 27-yard line.
And a smart move to get out of bounds, stop the clock. 1:43 left in the half.
They move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 27. So this is Greenwood's deepest penetration since the opening drive.
And I think if I were Midland Valley, I'd be looking for number 15 at some point here in the next couple plays.
Going to hand it off to Ramsey. Now Greenwood going to the ground game, keeping it on the ground and being successful. To the 22-yard line. Picks up 4, 2nd down and 6.
And I like that they weren't rushing, but now they seem a little casual. The clock is running down here.
Clock down to 1:17. Three split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Looks to the left on the slant. That's Pickney. Pickney hurdles the pile to the 15, 14-yard line. That'll move the chain, stops the clock with 55 seconds left. And Greenwood calls their first timeout of the first half. Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll keep it here as Greenwood must have heard you and said, okay, let's use a timeout.
Use a timeout and also throw it to Pickney, and he made a nice play for a big first down. And at 6'5", as you say, he almost hurdled the defensive back once contact was made.
He's a good-looking wide receiver.
He sure is. Okay. Yeah, we could like him.
Now Greenwood, clock does come into play here. I think they have their 2 more timeouts left.
Well, they've moved the ball very effectively. They've come from deep in their own territory, and they're certainly now in the red zone down here against Midland Valley.
They got a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as they're knocking on the door at the 14-yard line. I would suspect that we'll see a couple of plays called, have a running play here and go quickly to the line of scrimmage and hold those 2 timeouts. One split wide to the left, 1 to the right, 2 tight ends. Looks to the sidelines, gets the call. Ramsey in the backfield, stays to his right. Now going to get outside. It's got some room to run. Gets to the corner 5, touchdown into the end zone. Greenwood keeps it on the ground. They take it the final 14 yards for a touchdown for Dre Yarbo.
And Yarbo did a nice job that time. Good fake in the backfield. Held that ball in there with the running back just a little bit. Drew the defense to the inside, and he broke it to the outside. And very, very efficient, very effective, and lots of speed. Tough to handle. Well done.
It looks like Greenwood's going to call a timeout before they try the extra point as they go over and talk it over. Midland Valley will come to it. It's going to look like the opening drive was successful, 6-7 points for Greenwood, and this last drive successful. And Greenwood looks to lead 14-0 with this extra point.
at the half, and though Midland Valley does have 47 seconds left to see what they can do with it. All right, Greenwood has talked it over.
The kicker is Nice McCoy.
Nice McCoy off for the point after.
McCoy's kick is up and good. And Greenwood leads 14-0 with 47 seconds left to go. And I would have to imagine Midland Valley will get the ball and be content and head to the locker room and talk this over. And they do. Midland Valley does get the ball first in the second half.
Yes, they do. Okay, and depending on the field position, they might try something here with just 47 seconds left. But if it's deep in their own territory, I don't think they'd risk anything.
Impressed with Midland Valley being able to hold with them. We fully expected Greenwood to be very, very good, and that Midland Valley is still in the building process from a couple of years ago where they played for the state championship.
If you have a driver's license in the press box, you just need a driver's license.
Greenwood to kick off for the second time here in the first half. It's going to be deep, fielded at the 10-yard line. Looking for a seam, stops, finds a little one, gets up to around the 25-yard line. So Midland Valley with 40.7 seconds left to go until halftime. We'll have a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And DeAndre Pearson brought it back to that point. Not a bad run.
So let's see what the Mustang coaches decide to do with a little bit of clock. The main thing here, don't make a mistake and turn it over and find yourself even worse than what it could be.
26-yard line.
White going to line up in the shotgun. Brings a man in motion. Fakes a pass as they run the ball on the dive. And they pick up a couple of yards. Second down, 7. Pick up 3 yards on that to the 24.
And they're content to take it in.
Yeah, Midland Valley's going to start heading to the locker room. Not going to take a chance, and I agree with that.
I do too.
Think you're not satisfied with 14-0, but at the same time, don't want it to be any worse, and you get the ball first. Save your plays and the big plays for the second half when you come out of the locker room. So there's the horn. We are at halftime, and Midland Valley finds themselves on the short end of a 14-0 score to Greenwood. And Greenwood was pretty impressive. First drive, last drive.
Right, those 2 drives certainly were impressive, and then we have to remember they did have one called back where they broke a 50-yard run, so it could be 21. But given that, I think Midland Valley has acquitted themselves pretty well this first half defensively. Okay, They're playing hard. They have not given up any real big plays. It's tough to handle Pickney if he gets a little bit open. You know, he's 6'5". He's head shoulder above the other kids, and he's got a quarterback that can get him the football. And Yarbo is an outstanding quarterback. He runs the ball very well. And I was very impressed by Ramsey too when they ran. He's got some explosion, and I think he scored the first touchdown for Greenwood, and we may see a lot more of him in the second half.
Greenwood didn't get cheapies. They had a 68-yard sustained drive and then closed out the half with a 71-yard sustained drive. Not much help in terms of penalties or anything like that. They just did it on the ground, combination of on the ground and passes.
Yeah, and they're very good. I think they're good offensively, good defensively, special. I mean, they're a complete football team, well coached, good athletes. So I think Midland Valley's got to feel pretty good about the situation right now that they're still in the ball game.
All right, we're going to be entertained here at halftime by the Midland Valley High School Marching Band. We'll take a break and come back and
give a listen to the marching band when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Here at Bargain Blount's Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
There's nothing more painful than seeing a family member who has lost someone they love. It could be from a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, even a drunk driver. We can't bring back your loved one, but the Chandler Law Firm can help your family get the support you deserve. If your loved one dies because of someone else's negligence, it's called wrongful death. No one can put a price on someone's life, but we can help protect the family's future.
For a legal consultation, contact thechandlerlawfirm.com.
Come on in to Bargain Blowout's Furniture where we have recliners starting at $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
I've worked at our family's dealership for over 14 years, and I've watched how my dad treats his customers. I've seen them come back again and again because we treat them right. Now that I'm stepping up to be the general manager, I plan on carrying on that tradition because treating people right sets Satcher apart from the competition. We know you're going to shop around, but remember, at Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the prices you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises. That's the way Dad does it. That's how I'll continue to do it.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in two locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
Here at Bargain Blowouts, we have 5-piece dinettes starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Bring it in. We're at halftime here at Midland Valley High School, where tonight Greenwood has traveled down to play the Mustangs. And the Eagles have had the best of it. They lead 14-0 here at halftime. We're going to be entertained by the Midland Valley High School Marching Band. Let's give a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Valley, under the direction of Caitlin Myers, Mr. Derek Parker, Mr. Zachary Dare.
All right, short and sweet, the pride of the Valley, Midland Valley High School Marching Band, entertaining us here at halftime, where Greenwood leads 14-0, and very entertaining, Coach.
Oh, it was indeed, okay? And the first half of the ball game, not quite what we saw last week when it was 40-0 at the end of the half, okay? We have a ball game tonight. Midland Valley gets the ball to start the second half. If they can put together a drive and put points on the board, we should have a very enjoyable second half here.
All right, we're joined in the press box by the ever-present Eric Russell, who has been prowling the sidelines. Any tips or inside information from?
Well, I'd say Midland Valley has to be pretty pleased with the way it's been so far. Obviously, had a chance to go in only down 7, and the sideline was not happy that there wasn't a holding call on last touchdown. So they have to be pleased with the way the defense has performed, despite a couple of big plays.
Yep, they defensively, I think, have held their own. Offensively, they've moved the football. They just haven't been able to put any points on the board. You got any updates around the area?
Of course I do. At last check, South Aiken and White Knoll were locked in a battle, tied at 14. Strom Thurmond is up. Well, as I say that.
But South Aiken's in what time of the game?
Well, as I was saying, that White Knoll scored to actually go up 21-14 with 2:21 left in the first half. Okay. Elsewhere, Strom Thurmond is leading 13-0 on Aiken. Barnwell, as expected, is up big, 34-0 on Blackville Hilda. At last check, Wagner Sally was leading 22-6, but Pillion was driving late in the first half. And Cross Creek went up 13-7 late in the first half of that game.
A little bit of a surprise there.
Battle of the Creeks.
Yes, Cross Creek struggled offensively last week, but seemed to have found their rhythm this week.
What creek are they defending?
Fox Creek.
Cross Creek.
Cross Creek.
Cross Creek, Fox Creek.
Yes.
So I figured there's a creek somewhere that somebody has to stay on their side of the creek.
I would imagine.
We're stretching now.
All right. Again, we're at halftime. 14-0 is our score. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get ready for the second half here from Midland Valley High School. The score, Greenwood 14, Midland Valley nothing. You're watching the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Here at Bargain Blowout Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
There's nothing more painful than seeing a family member who has lost someone they love. It could be from a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, even a drunk driver. We can't bring back your loved one, but the Chandler Law Firm can help your family get the support you deserve. If your loved one dies because of someone else's negligence, it's called wrongful death. No one can put a price on someone's life, but we can help protect the family's future.
For a legal consultation, contact the ChandlerLawFirm.com.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Here at Bargain Blowouts, we have 5-piece dinettes starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here. Midland Valley High School is our location of the game of the week. And one of the coaches up here giving us some instructions.
I'll tell you what.
That was coach speak.
That was coach speak.
And you speak coach speak.
I speak it sometimes. Last week when we watched Wagner play Whitmire, as I left there, it just struck me that Whitmire did not have any way to score, given all things being equal. They did score one time against the second unit, but other than that, they could not move the football. And what I would like to see out of Midland Valley tonight is that they have a way to move the football consistently. So far, Greenwood has taken away the run for the most part. Midland Valley has, had the short passing game going, and that's been somewhat effective, but they need to show me that they can put that ball in the end zone now. They've got to score.
And picture there from our camera crew of we're having a lunar eclipse apparently tonight. We're now eclipse experts in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the eclipse?
Well, we were in Charleston watching the eclipse, and it was good, and we had a good time, but I was disappointed that it didn't get to be pitch black down there in Charleston. It was dark, but it wasn't dark, if you know what I mean.
Well, it was dark enough to make the street lights turn on, and Aiken, it wasn't the cone of totality that they had in Columbia and Charleston. In Aiken, it's always a little bit of light coming through into the downtown area, which is where I was. I know that up in Ridge Spring, they had totality for quite a while up there. It's pretty amazing that distance to there that they did have that, but it was a nice event.
It was a nice event. I'll tell you what, it was a great American event because the marketers certainly made a boatload of money for people for that thing.
What do you think made more money, the eclipse or the fight tomorrow night?
Oh, I think the eclipse. Okay, I think everybody in the country was involved with the eclipse.
Yeah, but everybody in the world is watching this fight.
Maybe for one round or two.
Mayweather and McGregor, Eminem. Tomorrow night, I'll be glad when that one's over, too, so that they'll quit talking about it. My goodness, they've talked a lot about that, and I'm not real sure. They were talking to Corey McElroy. Corey McElroy said, I hope this isn't a fake. Hey, there's that segment of the population that thinks it's that, so who knows? All right. Halftime is just about over. The two teams have finished their warm-ups. They're heading to the benches, and we'll be having the second half kickoff here shortly. Greenwood won the toss to start the game. They elected to receive, so they will be kicking off to Midland Valley. Midland Valley had the ball there at the end of the first half. They decided to let the clock run out and take their chances here at the beginning of the second. How important do you think it is for Midland Valley to get out here and get a score?
Well, I think it's absolutely important for them to do that. They need to do it, and probably this is the best time to do it right here. Right? They're getting the football. They're fresh. They're ready to go, and they should have made any adjustments that they wanted to make at halftime. Sometimes that's an overstated event. Okay, you don't make too many changes. You come in with a game plan, and there are a few things that you can change if something hasn't been working. But as I say, they need some consistency on offense, and they got to move the football.
If they can come out, get down the field, make a long play, get down and score, make it a touchdown, cut this lead in half, we might have a game.
That's exactly right.
But you're right. They do need to get the ball down there and put it in the end zone. All right, here we go. The opening kickoff of the second half. We're underway. Going to be fielded around the 14-yard line, running hard north and south. Gets up to the 25. Can't turn the corner. Good job of getting the ball upfield, but Greenwood closed very quickly, and that was DeAndre Pearson on the return.
Yeah, and he's returned a couple of the kicks. Does a nice job. Decent field position to start, and let's see if they can do something. Let's see what the coaches came up with at halftime that they want to try.
24-yard line. Midland Valley did have some success moving the ball short segments, not big hunks by any stretch.
No, their short passing game is what's been effective. They've executed that well. Had a nice screen one time for a big gain.
They did get the ball down inside the 25-yard line and came up short on fourth down. Now White tries to scoot through. He's going to be met. Got a short gain, moved it out from the 24 past the 25, a yard and a half. It's going to be second down and 8.5.
The other thing we have to remember, Greenwood's pretty stout defensively. They're pretty good. They've got speed in the defensive backfield, and as you said earlier, they're pretty strong in the middle.
I believe this is Dan Pippin's 3rd year in Greenwood. And they expect big things in Greenwood long before Coach Pippin ever got there.
They've had some success over the years, there's no question.
And some state championships, and that's what they consider successful. All right, throws that up for grabs, but makes a good catch.
Oh, yes.
Of the ball. That was number 7, Jacoby Sapp.
And Sapp just took that ball away from the defender, then bounced off of him. Good pickup. Nice play.
Ball gets to the 36-yard line. That moves the chains. The Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And we got to give White some credit there, too. He stood right in there with the man right in his face.
Looked like he may have thrown it up for grabs, but Jacoby Sapp made a nice play on the ball, brought it in, and then made a nice little run after the catch.
Well, you got to take care of your quarterback every once in a while. Help him out.
All right, White lines him up. 2 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. 1 comes in motion left. Ball was thrown up now. Looks like this may be a fumble.
I think he just got pushed back. Don't think he gave up the football, but they're going to give him forward progress because not once they had him, they just carried him another 10 yards deep.
So he's sacked. 29-yard line. That's a loss of 7 yards.
And that play was just too slow developing. The pressure was there from that front 4. And White didn't have much of a chance.
Make it a loss of 8. It brings up 2nd down and 18. Brings a man in motion. Greenwood having none of that. Very quickly able to close that off, send him inside where the big guys finish him off. No gain. 3rd down and 18.
And I don't think it would have made any difference, but it looked to me like they had 2 men in motion on that play, but didn't get called and it didn't make any difference.
So 3rd and long, not the dream that Midland Valley had at halftime in their opening drive. Needs a big play here. Quick out. Nice play. Going to pick up some good yardage. He's going to be short of a 1st down, but picks up about half of what he needed. And now they can at least think about it at the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down. And they've got 5 yards to go. And I agree, not a good time to maybe go for it. It's 4th down. The punting unit comes on the field.
You know, Greenwood's playing a little bit soft out wide against the receivers, and Midland Valley has been able to take advantage of that a few times tonight.
Welsh to punt. Gets it away. And you're going to let it roll inside the 20, inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Great punt. So Midland Valley pins Greenwood deep, and they find themselves 94 yards from the Tyler Tire end zone, where they'll take over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
And Parker Welsh does a nice job, sophomore kicker and punter, and got the home crowd excited about that roll, and got the hometown roll also, so pushes him back a little bit. This might be a place where they can try to take a couple of chances and create some turnovers down here.
So Dre Yarbo, who had a good first half, try to pick up where he left off. Handoff. That's, I believe that's number 25, which is B.J. Searles, or maybe 20. That'd be Shabazz. Tiquan Shabazz picks up a 1st down.
And they did try a little blitz from the outside. Picked up pretty easily.
Again, big run out to the 45-yard line. I believe I was right.
First down, Greenwood.
Traquan Shabazz, I believe, number 20. That's 2 big runs.
To the 45-yard line he goes. So they were in the shadow of their end zone, 2 plays, 2 running plays, and they're out 40 yards. Now movement in the front. They didn't draw them off sides. So Midland Valley been fooled by that a couple of times, maybe 3 times tonight on the hard count.
That was pretty good discipline by the offensive line also.
Going downfield, he's got a man wide open. He makes the catch. He had to dive out for it. But that's 15 Pickney. A nice catch. Pass a little overthrown. He was gone if he makes a nice throw.
Yeah, he had the defender beat by 5 yards, and there was no way they were going to catch him if that had been just a little softer.
So the ball to the 25-yard line. So pick up a 30. Now a keeper going outside, run out of bounds, short gain, and bring up 2nd down.
And Yarbo made a nice move to elude the tackler. Didn't gain much, but there was a man deep in the backfield, could have thrown him for a loss.
Gain 2 yards, 2nd down, 8. Fakes, keeps. And he's over the 20. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Nice blocking scheme up front that time by Greenwood.
Picked up
Pulled
7.
the left guard to the right. Quarterback followed him right up the route.
Shabazz hit in the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down. Midland Valley tighten up after the first 3 plays resulted in first downs, moving the chains. Now a timeout. Greenwood calls a timeout. So Midland Valley stiffens here. And we got a big 4th down play coming. And Midland Greenwood on first play picked up about 12 yards, picked up another 20 yards, and then went 30 yards on their first 3 plays. Now Midland Valley stops them, and they're going to have 4th down as they lost a yard on that play, 4th and 2.
And Ryan Edson, number 74, got good penetration that time, made a good tackle, and got help from one of his defensive backs to finish it off. That's a good play. That's a big play for Midland Valley.
Surely the coaches are telling the defensive line, do not be fooled by the hard count. They've jumped off sides 3 times in the first half. Would not be surprised to see North Augusta come out, give the hard count, see if they can pick up the first down the easy way.
Pioneer General Mechanical Contractors says thank you for your support and generosity.
North Augusta's got their play called. They're ready to go. Shabazz out next to his quarterback, Yarbo.
Big play for both teams. It's been a nice drive. If you're Greenwood, you don't want to see it end with no points. If you're Midland Valley, you've done a nice job in the last series here. Let's stop them.
2 tight ends. They come out, set, did not get a jump. Look to the sidelines. They go on the dive, going to pick up the first down easily. As Shabazz carrying the load here on this drive, gets down to the 11-yard line where it'll be Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 from the 11. Staying with the 2 tight ends. Ramsey in the game now. Gets inside down to the 5.
Tell you what, he's a classic good runner right there. He's quick and he stays low. Hard to get a piece of him. Always moving forward. Good leg drive.
Talking to the coaches before the game, I believe he didn't play last week as a running back. He only played as a defensive back.
So this is his first time in the backfield. And there's a keeper, and Yarbo is in for the touchdown. Greenwood, first time they touch the ball, they go 94 yards, an impressive drive.
And that's disappointing for Midland Valley. I mean, you've got them backed up deep in their own territory, like you say, on the 4-yard line, and they drive the length of the field. That's tough to take for the defense. Tough to take.
But it's a sign of a very good football team to come out and drive it. It's going to make it tough for Midland Valley from this point forward to try to put the extra point on the board. Kick is up, and it's good. 21-0 is your score. The Eagles of Greenwood over the Mustangs of Midland Valley. You're watching the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Here at Bargain Blount's Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center. Greenwood takes their opening possession, 94 yards for the score. Sustained drive as they kick off. They get down the field fast, and now Midland Valley been getting out to around the 25. This is going to go down about the 16. And the Midland Valley offense will try to get something started here.
And that time DeAndre Pearson was not able to get as much yardage on the kick return. Backed up just a little bit.
One thing that drive of Greenwood's did, it used a lot of the clock. 5:22 left to go in the third quarter. They were rather methodical, getting it down the field. 3 split wide to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. With the quarterback, Tanner White. Man comes in motion, stops, throws a little slant. Desmond Curry unable to hold on to that. 2nd down and 10. Same formation. Now we got a whistle. Timeout on the field. Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. Is Midland Valley going to talk about it? We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back. You're watching the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
We're back. Midland Valley calls a timeout to talk things over. Greenwood, I believe that the size and the speed of Greenwood is starting to wear a little bit on Midland Valley.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I think you're probably exactly right. They're obviously a little bigger, and I think they're a little bit more physical than the Midland team.
Handoff on the dive. Nowhere to go. May have picked up a yard. Be third down. Ball's at the 19. Third down, 9.5.
Third down.
And I think the only chance they have from back here, they got to hope that Greenwood makes some sort of a mistake. They had that little slant open. They've had a couple of the quick outs open, but tough to move the football.
Straight drop back under pressure. Gets it away, but incomplete. So fourth down coming, punting unit on the field, and Greenwood looking tough now.
Yeah, they are. And as much as Midland Valley is having to throw the ball with really no threat of a big run, I'm kind of surprised that one hasn't been picked off yet. But they're playing a little soft. They're giving them some short stuff underneath, but they're not going to let them have anything deep. And they're making them get rid of the ball very, very quickly. They're putting pressure with that front four.
Well, one man has stayed busy tonight. That's Parker Welsh, the kicker. High snap, he brings it in, gets the punt away, end over end. Going to come up short and rolls
getting another
into Eagle territory to the 40-yard line. So Greenwood will bring it out for their second possession of the second half.
Got a little bit of a home team bounce that time, but not like the last punt. And you know, I think that kid Welsh is doing a pretty nice job. He's one of those high school kickers and punters that you see that if I had to bet, I'd say he probably had some bit of a soccer background somewhere in his past. All right, and he is certainly not a very big kid. I think he's done a nice job tonight, standing in there with those big guys coming rushing at you. I don't know how much experience he has on the varsity football level doing that, but that's not a real exciting proposition when you've got 3 or 4 big guys coming at you. And I bet you he doesn't weigh, he probably weighs somewhere in the 130s, maybe.
All right, there's a flag on the field, and at first it looked like a push in the back called against Greenwood. Then he stopped at midfield and went through it again, and looked like a personal foul against Midland Valley was the call. So that's going to march it right back into Mustang territory at the 44-yard line.
First and 10 Eagles on the Mustangs 44-yard.
And there you see 4:33 left to go in the third quarter. 21-0 our score. Don't forget to pick up the Aiken Standard tomorrow morning for all the updates on all your local teams. There's the games occurring tonight. South Aiken locked in a big battle with White Knoll. It was 21-14 into the first half. And here comes Greenwood, and this one's going to go quickly. And that's the new kid, Ramsey, with the red shoes. The coaches kept saying, the kid with the red shoes, watch him.
Yeah, and if we can get a replay on that at some point, I'd like to see the blocking up front because that was very easy.
Greenwood finds their way into the Tyler Tire end zone for the 4th time tonight.
Oh, yeah, good push, and wow. When you see the offensive lineman 5 yards down the field, you know you got a chance for a good play, and Ramsey went virtually untouched. Big run.
Well,
he and Yarbo are splitting the touchdowns tonight.
Flag was called, I think it was
excessive celebration or something, unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike on Greenwood, maybe he's celebrating in the end zone. That'll be a 15-yard penalty either now or on the kickoff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they're saying they're going to assess it on the kickoff.
So they'll kick the extra point or attempt the extra point. Kick is good. 28-0. Greenwood leads.
And Niece McCoy does it again. Effective kicker. They've got a good special teams.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, right.
Unbelievable price, huh?
I'll say. What about the dock fees?
Here at Satcher Ford, we never charge dock fees.
How about the closing fees?
Nope. The price you see is the price you pay here at Satcher Ford.
Okay, we'll see about that.
At Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the price you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises.
Wow, you weren't kidding. No extra fees. I'll take it.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. I'd see you. All right, have a good one.
Back here at Midland Valley High School, Greenwood has come out with a sustained drive of 94 yards to score on the opening drive. Their second drive didn't take that long. One play, it went 44 yards for the touchdown by Ramsey. And Greenwood now finds themselves on top 28-0. Now a kick hits the ground, and this is going to, after the 15-yard penalty, unfortunately runs backwards. He's going to be tackled inside the 20. So the 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike that was assessed on the kickoff comes to no advantage for Midland Valley.
And Walter Baker, number 1, looks like he's got a little bit of a ankle twist or something on that play. He was smothered. One of the things about Midland Valley also that we haven't mentioned yet tonight, but they're still a very young team. They don't have that many seniors playing with them this year. A lot of sophomores, juniors playing, a couple of freshmen even on the team. So, and we've seen DeAndre Pearson, for instance, a freshman, running back those kicks. And that was Walter Baker. He's only a sophomore. So it'll take a while.
Run into each other in the backfield. White keeps it. Moves forward, does get positive yardage, a couple of yards, second down and 8.
And White wanted a face mask call, didn't get it.
Dive. It's over the 20-yard line to the 21, call it the 22. Another 2 yards, brings up third down and 6. Stop the clock.
Got somebody down with an injury of some sort.
Got a Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field, right on the sidelines in front of the bench. So they'll send both teams to the sidelines. We'll take a break at this Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
Greenwood opened the game with a 68-yard drive to go up 7-0 on their first possession of the ball game. Midland Valley held their own until Greenwood scored on the last possession of the first half.
That was a 71-yard drive, going up 14-0. That's what it was at the half. But it's been all Greenwood here in the third quarter, and they now lead 28-0. Quick out. Tries to get outside, gets past the 25. Will be short of a first down, so fourth down coming up.
And that's been one of their more effective plays all night. They've got that little quick screen out there, and hoping that they could break one, have somebody miss a tackle. Hasn't happened, but at least they're moving the ball. Looks like they're considering going for it here on fourth down and short.
It's going to bring up fourth down and 2. They've called a play. And they'll line up and at least give us the semblance that they're going to go for this. Bring a man in motion. Hands off, up the middle. He hits the hole hard, but he's going to be short of the first down. And that's going to bring up a fourth down, that was on fourth down. And that will mean they'll turn the ball over on downs to Greenwood. They may bring the yard marker out and check it just to be sure.
Tanner White signaling first down. I'm not so sure. We'll see.
I believe they needed to get closer to the 29 to get the first down. We'll see. They're going to bring the chains out. First time we've had a chain measurement. They stretch it, and they are short.
Short by about 8 inches.
Greenwood will take over. Chandler Law Firm first and 10. Short field in front of them. In Midland Valley, it's that point of the game where don't have a whole lot to lose. Might as well go for it and learn from the experience.
I'm imagining in the fourth quarter that Greenwood will send in the reserves, if you will. This is still their frontline people.
It's Dre Yarbo. Fakes and runs hard. He's a speedy guy, but he runs exceptionally hard. He's not wasting any time on that read. Fakes the handoff and takes off and runs hard right at the defender. Not trying to fool him. He's a good-looking quarterback. Another handoff to Shabazz. Shabazz runs hard, breaking tackles. Gets up close to a first down.
And I think Shabazz has seen Yarbo and Ramsey get into the end zone, and he'd like to have a taste of that too.
They're going to move the chains. Chandler Law Firm first and 10. Ball at the 16-yard line. And this is Yarbo. Yarbo breaking tackles. He's brought down right at the 10-yard line. He'll be inside the 10. It'll bring up a Chandler Law Firm. Well, that won't be a first down. He'll be just short, maybe a yard.
Good tackle by Ryan Edson again, number 74. He's had a couple of these tonight. And on that tackle also is number 22, Tyrese Washington.
All right, second down and 3. Shabazz may brought down in the backfield, loss outside the 20.
And that's Edson again. Got some help from number 4. That's Raquan Jackson. Still a little life out there on the defense. That's good to see.
Booster Club now selling whole pizza for $6. Let's get a whole pizza for just $6. We're ranked number 4 in the state. Booster Club.
Third down.
7 yards. And a fumble. Picks it up, going to throw in the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete.
And that play was a mess from the start. And it almost ended up as a touchdown, but wasn't one of their highlights.
And Greenwood will run the field goal team out on the field. They'll practice the field goal unit. And this is something that I don't think teams practice enough. And you're almost better off in a game like this getting this practice in, because it's going to count somewhere down the road. 30-yard field goal try.
Oh, that's a nice kick.
And it's good. So they were up to it. Makes it 31-0 as Greenwood, with 43 seconds left to go until fourth quarter, Greenwood leads 31-0. We'll take a break on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Block Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
North Augusta kicks away. Picked up at the 10. Looks for some room. Can't quite get out to the 20-yard line. Midland Valley take over Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Jacoby Sapp on the return.
Clock down near the Mustang 18-yard line.
So I believe Midland Valley, who got the ball first in the second half, was able to pick up a first down on that drive, but I don't believe they've had another since.
And they've been backed up for most of the third quarter. Of course, for most of the third quarter, really, they haven't had the football, so.
17 points put on the board by Greenwood here in this quarter. Gets the ball away. White did a good job of giving himself some space, throws the ball, and it's caught. About an 8-yard gain. Will Sheehan, we haven't called his name many times tonight. And he makes a catch, picks up 8 yards.
That's something that he did last year consistently. He's able to come back to the quarterback when the quarterback's in trouble. He ran a route, comes back, the quarterback is able to find him. He does a nice job with that. That's the end of the third quarter.
So the quarter comes to an end. And Greenwood, this one got out of hand pretty quick here in the third quarter. Greenwood leads 31-0 with 1 quarter left to play. And a little bit different than last week, where we had the shutout going and we had the clock running. Nothing quite like that, but the results are kind of the same.
Yeah, they are. And it's quite obvious Greenwood's a better football team this year. Midland Valley has some growing pains to go through, I think, a little bit. And they'll find their way, and they'll be playing against some teams that they can be a little bit more competitive against.
I agree with you. Their youth is somewhat telling. They played strong in the first half after giving up that opening touchdown and played good for the rest of the first quarter into the second quarter. And Greenwood, which they're apt to do, scored with 3 minutes left to go on that final drive to make it 14-0, and they just haven't stopped since. And you can see the tentativeness of Midland Valley in terms of the younger players.
Sure, and you know, there's a maturity factor there. Greenwood is a bigger, faster, stronger football team. That's all.
So 2nd down and 2, as the pickup was 8 on first down.
Fakes, throws it outside, hits his man, fights hard, and he's going to pick up a first down, move the chains as he crosses the 30-yard line. Good play for Midland Valley. Sapp on the reception.
And that has been their most effective play tonight. They got the wide receivers blocking out there. Throw a quick screen out to the man behind the line of scrimmage and make something happen. And it's worked with some effect.
So Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10, 31-yard line. Moving outside, this is Sapp, steps inside, had a blocker, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but hit hard as he turned it inside. Good defense, good pursuit defense by Greenwood. Lost a yard on the play. Oh no, excuse me, he picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, that was a different little look. We hadn't seen that play all night. Picked up a few.
3rd down and 6. Little jet sweep looking action.
Similar, no question.
Always makes you happy. Nice turn in. Couldn't hold on to it.
That was a nice route, and ball wasn't badly thrown. Defender made a nice reaction to get back in there. I think it disrupted a little bit.
Yeah, Starnes made a nice turn. Good route, good pass. Just couldn't hold on. 3rd down and 6. Now brings a man in motion. Hands off. Looking for some room. Man, Greenwood has some good pursuit.
Nice reaction, wasn't it? Jeez.
There was nowhere to go, and it seemed like the more he ran, the more defenders showed up.
They strung that out very nicely. You're exactly right. Right down the line of scrimmage, and the cavalry arrived, and
it's no gain, 4th down, and punting unit will come on the field now. Just under 10 minutes left to go in our ball game.
Number 5, Chris Nelson back to receive.
Look out.
Gets it off, line drive. Nice catch, nice tackle.
That was well done.
That was good on everybody's part. Ball's caught at the 36-yard line, and on a ball that's tumbling like that, end over end line drive, it's important to catch that ball. He gets hit pretty quick, but if it goes by him, that ball rolls down inside the 20-yard line probably.
And I'll tell you what, Parker Welsh has impressed me as a punter back there. He's been under some heat, and he just seems oblivious to it.
He's done a good job. I had to kick a bunch of times tonight.
Yeah, he's getting his baptism by fire tonight, there's no question.
3 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. And they'll keep it on the ground. New quarterback in the game for Greenwood. And the new quarterback is number 14, Rhett Lindler.
And Lindler is the holder for their extra points and field goals and things like that. So as you like, okay, that gives them the ability probably to have some fake back there at some point during the season.
Ty Coleman now in as the running back. He runs hard. He'll be a little short of the first down as he gets up to the 45-yard line. He needs to make the 46. 3rd down. Midland Valley makes some changes. They better hurry or they're going to get a flag. They get off the field, and now movement by Greenwood. That was a little discombobulated look by Greenwood. They had number 58 at the tackle spot standing in a
position like he was going out for a pass, and then he leaned forward. Not sure that he's used to being out there. So a 5-yard walk-off, 3rd down and 6. Fumble. Lindler trying to keep it, trying to get outside. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Good, tough running. Lindler refused to go down in the backfield. He gets up to midfield. He'll move the chains. Channel Law Firm, 1st and 10.
And if the situation were different out there, I think we'd see Lindler throw the football. I watched him pre-game, and he's got a nice arm on him. He throws it well. I don't think they're going to be doing a whole lot of that right now, though.
And I believe that was a busted play, and there he is throwing it. Tried to hit 15. No, that's 11. 11 is Alex Greer, who's a good-looking wide receiver. Watching him take passes before the game. He's about 6'3". I believe he's younger. .49-yard line, 2nd and 10. Ooh, in the backfield. Midland Valley had a jailbreak that time.
They sure did. And number 13, Tay Coleman, is saying, you know, fellas, you can still block up there for us here.
Let's not just let them come running through. It's 3rd down, 14.
Great penetration that time by Midland Valley.
3rd down and 14 for the Eagles from home, 44-yard line.
Fumble. And you can tell that the 2nd team, not quite as polished as the 1st team.
No, they don't get as many snaps as the first group, that's for sure.
Punting unit will come on for Greenwood.
4th down. Walter Baker back on to.
Walter Baker will drop back to receive from Midland Valley. We got a stoppage of play. Greenwood going to call timeout. We got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Here at Bargain Blowouts, we have 5-piece dinettes starting at only $1.99.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
6:50 left to go in our ball game. Greenwood leads 31-0, and they got their punting unit straightened out, and we'll have a punt. Gets it away. They're going to let it go. It's a short kick off the side of his foot. Goes out of bounds. At the 41, so it goes from the 41 to the 41. And that won't go down as one of the more spectacular punts.
No, and once again, the punt returner was way, way back there. I don't think they had any intention of trying to return that ball.
Looks like we have another Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field, or they at least sent everybody to the bench.
I think this is one of those situations where as you're trying to get your second team in there or whatever, you have a little confusion. Got to make sure you're going to have 11 when you get out there, hopefully. It's very embarrassing. I can tell you. When you have a timeout and then you go out there and you've got 11 supposed to be there, but you end up with 10 or maybe 12. But 11 doesn't seem to be the number that you can come up with.
Sounds like you speak from experience.
I've seen that experience a time or two. And that's when the special teams coach tries to hide.
All right, we're ready to go. Midland Valley will go on offense. And, you know, just like last week, Whitmire scored on the last play of the game to get their points. Midland Valley would like to close out in a flurry here in the final 6:40. Nice little slant pass. That's going to pick up big yardage. He almost scooted through and looked like he might break it. Will Sheehan. And that's sort of what we expected to see from Will tonight. He's dangerous.
Yes,
on
he
that
is.
little bubble screen. Good pickup.
And the fans, frankly, have been kind of quiet on the Midland Valley side tonight. That's not much of a surprise, but that play woke them up. Got a little excitement going.
That was a pass. That was up there with some defenders in the area. Completed the pass. I believe they lost yardage. Nah, they called it incomplete. They'll spot it, 2nd down and 10. That was a long throw to make with defenders in the area. He's fortunate that it didn't get picked off. Three split wide to the right, one to the left, brings the man in motion from the left. Hands off, and Greenwood was not fooled by that. I believe it may have, no, they're going to give him the line of scrimmage and say it's 3rd down and 10.
And DeAndre Pearson, I mentioned it before, he's only a freshman, but he's returned a couple kicks nicely, given a couple opportunities to run the football. They haven't had a lot of room to do that tonight, however.
Straight drop back, gets under it and throws it. He almost put a little bit behind the receiver. Could not hold on. But that was Starnes again. And that's one that when they go back and review the film, they're going to say, you've got to catch that. Somebody's having fun in the stands. Now Midland Valley, I'm going to call a timeout. Talk about it as they face 4th down and 10. And Midland Valley doesn't want to quit, wants to get something positive out of this, and can't blame them for that.
Nope. They'd like to put some points on, like you say. Last week, Whitmire was happy when they scored a touchdown at the end. That's a little bit of a victory.
That was actually the most exciting part of the game.
Yes, well, no. On their part, it was.
Yes, I was going to say, Wagner Sally was having fun in the
Wagner
first
Sally
quarter.
had fun from the very first day, first play, I should say. And one of the things that we knew coming in, Dan Pippen's a quality coach, and he's got his reserves in there. He isn't concerned about running up a score, but letting some kids get some time to play.
So 4th and 10, Midland Valley. See if they can pick this up. Here comes the rush. Steps up, they grab him. He's going to be sacked for a big loss, about 9 yards. And they'll turn it over on downs to Greenwood. 5 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in our ball game. and look for North Augusta to come out and run the football and see if they can run off the rest of this clock.
And Tanner White nowhere to go. He is smothered the entire front line.
On the Smitty instant replay. Dive play. Picks up about 4. Second down and 6. Again, Lindler in at quarterback for Greenwood.
And Coleman's getting some work also, number 13. He runs pretty hard. In fact, he's going to run very hard.
And going to take it all the way, and he's going to catch him right at the goal line, not before he gets in for the touchdown. So Greenwood, you got to stop him.
Well, we've talked about that. We talked about it all last week, and we're talking about it again now. When those reserves get in there, when those kids that are backing up the starters get to play, they want to do well too. They want to make an impression. They want to play the game.
They want to show the coach.
Well, they want to show the coach. They want to have some fun too, and that's fun for Coleman right there. Okay. What's that, a 40-yard run for a touchdown?
Yeah, 42-yard touchdown run. 37-0. Kick is up. Good. 38-0 is our score. And it's Greenwood's night. Greenwood's a good football team, and they'll be interesting. They got some depth. As Coleman shows here, he's sort of running out of gas as he.
Well, I think he kind of slowed down a little bit. He figured he was in the end zone. And he also probably didn't expect Tyrese Washington, to continue to play as hard as he did there and try to run him down. But he didn't quit. Couldn't quite catch him until he was in the end zone now.
So 38-0 with 4:34 left to go in the ball game. Midland Valley, this probably will be their last possession of the game, so they'll have one more chance here to get the ball and see if they could move it. Baker and Pearson deep to receive. We've said that a lot tonight.
Yes, we have.
That's a pretty good kick. That's inside the 5.
And Gilmer kicked off at time number 27. I think he's been doing the kicking for the long kicks. Kind of nice to have a couple of kickers on your team that you can count on. It's a luxury.
Pearson, I'm sure the coaching staff would have a little instructional advice of you catch the ball on that side of the field, don't run across the field, run straight ahead. He only made the 10-yard line, and that was a 5-yard return. He's had some good returns tonight, and he's run north and south. That one he got a little east and west on.
Yeah, you know, he's
probably tired of getting hit.
I was going to say the first couple he returned, he got them at least up to the 30 or beyond. They have diminished in length as the night has gone on.
And Tanner White rolls out, gets it out there. It's caught and out past the 20 to the 24-yard line. That's Michael O'Neill making the catch. Oh no, Starnes, number 18, Starlings.
Yards on the pass, that's good for another Mustang, first down.
They do move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Ball's at the 25. High snap.
Good save
for it. Able to make positive yardage.
Ace Washington on carry, pick up a 4-yard plus.
Tanner White has gone the whole way for Midland Valley.
Second and 6 for Mustangs at their own 29-yard.
Another high snap. Gonna run, throws, and it's picked off. So Greenwood intercepts at the 41-yard line. That's Chris Nelson who made the interception. Well, that's our first turnover of the night, I believe.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that too. To be honest with you, I thought we'd see a couple of interceptions tonight, as much as the ball has been thrown. And that's a nice play by Nelson. All right. Now, I would bet they're going to run the football. Midland Valley, I know you got to stop them now.
Runs hard, picks up 10 yards. That'll move the chains. Another Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. 2:50 left to go in the ball game.
Another fine run by Coleman. He broke a couple tackles on that run. I think a couple people had some words out there, back and forth between the two teams.
I'm sure the coaches, they huddle up on the sidelines. I'm sure they're telling them to have a little class here at the end of the game. Don't need anything to happen. Don't need a New York Yankees, Detroit Tigers
that's something
kind of game.
Cabrera suspended for 8 days.
He really went after the catcher. Yeah, it was quite a little fight at home plate.
3 times.
You don't usually see it quite that much. Now we got a walk-off against Midland Valley. I suppose that's unsportsmanlike. Personal foul.
Yep. You can bet there's a little frustration out there now. Oh,
breaks
my goodness.
Through inside the 5. Maybe down to the 5. It's close to a first down. Brings up 2nd and 1. And with 2.5 minutes left to go, looks like Greenwood is going to put some more points on the board.
If Coleman has anything to do with it, they're going to. He's running hard. Well, we know this is a foregone conclusion, but I'd like to talk to Eric after this ball game, get some of the other scores, because there were some interesting games taking place.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's a tough
nice
run.
effort. Nice effort.
We'll see. He put his hand in the ground and rolled forward. His forward progress may have gotten him the first down.
If I were a betting man, I'd say they'd run the little off-tackle play to the right side this time. Yeah, there you go. Line up there. Run it to the right. Here we go. Take it in. Have some fun. Another touchdown, maybe.
Just short.
Pick up 5 and 7. Picks up the first down. First and goal, Eagles from Midland Valley, 2-yard line.
Gonna try it the other way again.
Quarterback keeps and going to come up a couple yards short.
Coaches are over there saying, well, do we need to get a touchdown?
There's Dan Pippin taking it all in. Final seconds rolling off.
Yeah, that's
down to 45 seconds. They're going to take a knee. That's the good thing to do. You never know when you'll have to play a team again somewhere down the road. You might as well let them go. Dan Pippin making the walk across the field. That's going to be our final play. Greenwood comes to Midland Valley. Dan Pippin's return to Aiken County is a good one for him. He wins 38-0 with his Greenwood Eagles. And he'll move on. Midland Valley will get ready. Next week, they'll play a team more along their speed, Lugoff Elgin, from across the state.
That's right. Okay, up near Columbia. And we'll see what happens then.
Okay. All right, final score, 38-0. We'll take a break and come back and see if we can get some scores out of Eric. You're watching the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi Ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have sofas and love seats starting at only $396.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Back here, Greenwood victorious over Midland Valley as Dan Pippin leads his troops here back into Aiken County. He's been 3 years in Greenwood now, and he is victorious, 38-0. A good win for Greenwood.
Well, it's anytime you win, it's good. They've won 2 in a row now and won big both times. Okay, that's a great way to start the season. I'll tell you, I think it's especially true in high school football, although it's true in all the levels of football. You got to get off to a good start. Okay, you learn that you can win. You get used to winning, and it becomes a habit. Okay, and like a very famous coach once said, losing also becomes a habit. So you got to get some wins on the board early. Midland Valley, tough test today. Their opening ball game, and they were playing a team that was just better than they were tonight. Next week they got a chance to play again, and they'll probably have a better outcome next week.
Not sure who Greenwood has next week. We know that Midland Valley will play Lugoff Elgin, and we will probably see Midland Valley again later in the season. Looking around the area, got a couple of scores. We have given Eric permission to go back to the Aiken Standard and get his stories ready to go for tomorrow's publication, but before he left, gave us some scores. South Aiken playing White Knoll tonight. They're up 27-21 after 3 quarters. So good battle. They were down 21-14. They bounced back to take a 6-point lead, but they still have a quarter to go. Now, there were some other scores of games that sort of mirrored what we've experienced so far this year. Barnwell takes care of Pillion, who we'll see Pillion next week. They play Bamberg Earhart. No, excuse me. They played Blackville Hilda.
Blackville Hilda
Doing
tonight.
this all from memory. Blackville Hilda. That makes sense. They win 42-0. Saluda wins over Ridge Spring 43-0.
Okay, well, there's a pattern here.
All right. So those two big blowouts. Cross Creek, Fox Creek, the Battle of the Creeks, and Cross Creek is the winner, 33-14.
Well, that's a little bit of a surprise to me. I thought Fox Creek would be able to take them tonight, but obviously Cross Creek is a little bit better than they were advertised.
So we will see Pillion. He did not give me a Wagner Pillion score, but we'll be seeing Pillion next week in Barnwell, who is a 42-0 winner. So we'll travel up and see the War Horses battle Pillion.
Now, you've got a family history with them, don't you?
Well, that's sort of my second home is Barnwell, Sumter and Barnwell, between those two, and I've spent a lot of time up in Barnwell. My father grew up in Barnwell, and the War Horses have a little bit of favoritism for that reason of Barnwell. The dad was on the 1954 state champions from Barnwell.
There you go.
So he has been a king down there in Barnwell. And those boys who played on that team,
they still remember.
Well remembered. That's a Remember the Titans, except that's Remember the War Horses down in Barnwell. And they've won a state championship since then, too. But they take their football very seriously, and there'll be a packed house up there. And I'm sure Pillion will bring a good crowd across, just like Greenwood did tonight. All right, our final score tonight, 38-0. Greenwood is the winner. For Eric Russell, our sideline reporter, sans microphone. For James Dean, our director, and for Kenny Brace, I'm Ed Gerardo. Thank you for joining us for tonight's ball game. We'll see you next week from Barnwell, but until then, good night, everybody.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.